It doesn't matter what task I'm doing, what job I'm performing, what position I hold. Inevitably, every conversation that I'm a part of or that I hear eventually turns to religion. People don't think very highly of religion, but they forget that neither did Jesus. The thing is, at that particular moment, I start asking questions, which in turn has others asking questions. For example, I went with my friend to her job, and she let me visit. And there were a couple of young men, about 16, and when they said, "Are you Jewish or are you a Christian?" I said, "I'm a Christian." And I said, "I don't just say that, and that's my belief system." I said, "I am a Christian and that I follow Jesus to the best of my ability, and I believe he's the risen Messiah." And they had asked some other questions before that, but then they continued to ask questions. And I may be wrong, and I'm not intentionally misleading anyone when I give the example that I'm about to give, but this is the best explanation that I have found that relates in a kind of parable manner to people who don't understand religion versus Christianity. Because religion is rule following, law following, things like that. And I'm not saying Christianity doesn't have laws and rules, because it does. But the rules are not followed in order to gain salvation. They're followed because we have it and because we want to reciprocate the love, grace, and mercy that has been given to us by our atoning sacrifice. That is to say that because Jesus paid for my offense toward God in himself, I want to do things for him and I want to be obedient. Having said that, I use an example of going to someone's house or going to a place that you can follow all the directions that you want to get to that particular location. But if you knock on the door and the person inside that particular building or house does not know you, they are not obligated to let you in. And if I know the person inside the house, he or she is going to give me the best directions to get to their house, because they will know if a road has been washed out by floodwaters, if there's construction on a particular section of a road, if the back roads are damaged or have been bombarded in some way. They will know the best way to get to their home, and they will tell you that there is only one way, the best way, the only way to get to that home. And of course, if you follow their directions and you arrive safely, which you would if you follow the directions, once you knock on the door, the owner, because he or she knows you, will open the door. So, having said that, I mean, kind of that's my explanation, in that it is essential that you know the owner of the house. The builder of the house is Jesus. He himself said that, and he said he is the cornerstone of the house. If you know him, you will want to follow his guidance, because he is the best guide to get you to the safe place. If you try to follow all the directions that you've been given by whatever map or rules or laws, you may arrive at your destination, but the door is going to be closed because you didn't know the homeowner. That is what Christianity is. It is a relationship. It's knowing who you're walking with. It's knowing the owner of the house. Not only does he own his house, the kingdom, he owns this house that I dwell in, because I have surrendered it to him, understanding that he has been my perfect propitiation, because I cannot, under any circumstances, get myself to the final destination by following laws, because they take the view away from God and focus it on my man-made effort. But if I'm focusing on Jesus and the perfect work that he has already accomplished, my desire to abide within that which he asks is greater than my desire to try and do it on my own. So, I hope this in some way helps some of you to understand Christianity versus religion, and I hope it encourages you to be a little bit creative. Well, don't take creative liberties with the word, but allow the Spirit to reveal your communication skills to other people. And having said that, that's kind of the idea that he gave me, is the route traveling and home ownership. But everybody learns differently, and he uses different things to speak to people to apply biblical principle. And hopefully that kind of, my illustration maybe kind of helped you out. So if you get stumped, you can kind of say, this is the difference. But it's clear cut anyway, but maybe that helps and maybe it doesn't. But anyhow, I just wanted to share that I get to do that on a regular basis, is share the hope of knowing the one who has gone ahead to prepare a place for me and is promised and will return to receive me again unto himself. God bless.